right out there. Hey, check it out. Rappers in my backyard. Rappers in my backyard. Rappers in my backyard. Ooh. What's up, family? Welcome to another exciting episode of Rappers in My Backyard, the podcast that stays lit. We rap about relationships, music, and entertainment. And today is going to be very exciting. I hope that you guys are well. I hope you're taking care of yourselves with everything we got going on today. Our topic for today is our relationship with religion in hip hop with our special guest, Kindu Kinte. Also, we will be throwing on the grill today Candice Owens. We'll be looking at the statements that she had voiced as it referred to Ahmaud Arbery. And you guys know I love setting up every show with a quote. So here's the quote. It doesn't matter what race you are. I always tell people, if you want to be involved in hip hop, you need a heart. You need the courage to tell the truth. And that quote comes from Immortal Technique. And that sets us up excellent for the conversation we're going to have today. So let's talk, express, relate, and connect with our special guest today. Kindu Kinte is in the backyard.
That's right.
What's up?
What it do? Chilling. How you feeling?
I'm good, man. You looking all sunshiny and bright.
Right. The weather. Hey, we got that California weather right now.
What? In Cleveland?
Yes, ma'am.
Wow. Well, you know what, Kindu? Let's kick this off, man. I've been waiting for this opportunity to talk to you. So let's kick off our first question. What were the circumstances that led you to redirect your style from gangster to gospel?
In a nutshell, I mean, the biggest thing of it all is just hearing God calling. I'm following my calling. God convicted me to transform, to transition over. But it's all a part of maturity, just being a real man, growing as a man. You know what I'm saying? The older you get, the wiser you become. So I just recognize that gangster life, that thug life ain't what it do no more. It's getting everybody killed. It's sending people to jail. It's getting people addicted to drugs and alcohol, and the media promoting it like it's cool. If you do anything negative, speak negative, all of that, they promoting it like it's cool, and really it ain't cool. So I was kind of like, I'm happy I made it to the other side. So now all I'm trying to do is be a positive light and get some other brothers and sisters to come on with me. I'm leading souls to salvation the best way I can and letting Jesus do the rest.
That's it. Perfect answer with that one. So how did the Cleveland World Church that you joined in 2011 change your perspective as an artist?
Oh, I mean, it was just like, once again, for real, it's just me being led by the Spirit and God ordering my steps. Like, I ain't have no clue I was going through all of that. I can give you a quick little story. Like, say, like, way before 2011, God been telling me to stop drinking, man. You got to be focused. You be focused, I'm going to bless you and do this. And showing me how, like, people getting killed behind what they rapping about. Everybody, the whole aim is to be real, Ain't nothing wrong with being real, but what are you representing by being real? You represent the negative, the positive. You know what I'm saying? Just because you using the word keeping it real don't make it right. So people was dying behind things they was rapping about. Art imitates life. So everybody wanted to prove that they real gangsters. and plenty of them ain't even real gangsters. They just following, they following the wrong leaders. You know how many people gun somebody down and wish that they never did? Spend years crying in prison, praying to God for another chance. That's when it get real. You feel what I'm saying? So, but with that being said, I knew I was trying my hardest. Like if you listen to some of my old raps, I was already slowly but surely converting over anyway. Like I wasn't just smack dead, thugged out. I always tried to have a little message in there. But I got to the point where I was ready to give up rap. Like, you know, I'm like, you know what? I'm getting fed up with a couple homeboys around me. You know, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you know what? I'm done. I ain't representing this no more. And I actually quit. Like I went a whole year without writing a rap. I stopped listening to songs. Only music I was listening to was worship music, praise music, and R&B. I wasn't
Okay.
listening to nothing gangster. Trying to make a long story short, but I wasn't listening to nothing gangster, and I wasn't even writing no songs. You know what I'm saying? I was serious about giving up. But God
Right.
kept on giving me ideas like, no, you ain't gonna quit. You about to use your true talents and gift for me. But I still wasn't hearing him. Like, man, I'm done with the rap. I'm done. I'm done with hip hop as a whole. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
just linking with, I met a very, very special, I call him Brother Phil, a very special man. And one day he called me out the blue. I was doing outreach. We was loading trucks full of food to give away to anybody in need. And one night after we was done loading, parking the trucks and everything, I was leaving. He called me back. True story. Like, Kindu, man, he was like, God asked me to tell you. I mean, he told me to ask you, what is it that you want to do with your life? Like, what do you think your calling is? And I was like, man, this story is amazing. I hope y'all got time because I don't know how to make it that short because it's real. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But
This
somebody
one
needs to
guy.
hear it.
Hey, look, this one gentleman, I love him like a brother. I was just being honest at the time, like, man, I used to think I was gonna be a star, man. He was like, I'm like, man, I was real heavy into rap. I've been doing it all through junior high school, all that. I just thought I was gonna be a star, but I ain't cool on what I'm representing, so I gave it up. I'm like, I'm trying to figure out a way to get in barber college right now, and maybe, I think I'll go that route. That way, if I'm cutting hair, I can be a positive light to the brothers I cut. So he was like,
Right.
he was like this. His exact words was like, oh no, no, God don't want you to give. He was like, don't give the rap up. He was like, you ain't hit the Christian rap. I'm like, no. And he was like, I know some brothers personally that do that, that can show you how to, do that. And he called my brother to this day. His name Chris. He called his rap name Better Off. But he called him right on the spot and was telling him what I told him. Boom, me and Chris hit it off like that. Within a couple of days later, we was in the studio and I was doing my first Christian rap in
Christian
there.
rap.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
once I got the feel of it, like, hold on, this ain't that bad. I wasn't cussing. I'm around these true brothers, street brothers I'm around that's representing
Right.
God. So once I saw that, that's like all I needed to see. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I hit the ground running ever since. I've been growing in it. Like it ain't come easy. God still had to do some tweaking on me because I'm still drinking. I'm still cussing. I still got a lot of that street mentality in me. I'm just transforming it over to a positive field now, letting
Right.
God lead the way. So over
Right.
them years, like how I put in the story, like, man, I became a set apart soldier in 2011. Add 9 years to that, it's 2020, and this is where I stand today. So it was a
Right.
whole lot of growth in that process. You know what I'm saying?
To get you there. And that sets us up really nice for the next question, because that's what I wanted to find out. What happened in 2019 that really triggered and made you know that that was your blessing, and that was that brother that had the courage to pull you to the side. So in your opinion, Kindu, what do you think our relationship is with religion and hip hop?
it depends on the person. I mean, my relationship with religion and hip hop right now is to continue to use that same what motto, keep it real, right? So I'm keeping it real for who I believe God is calling me to be. So he showed me a better light. So I'm doing my best to speak positive, walk positive, do positive things, give people great advice that won't get them shot up and killed, won't
Right,
send them to prison for the rest of their life. You know what I'm saying? I'm not rooting on immaturity. I'm not promoting violence and all of that no more, acting like it's cool, because it ain't cool. Just take a look around you. Look around your community. You know what I'm saying? Don't add to the problem, add to the solution. So that's what I'm doing. So my
right,
relationship between hip hop, I'm a hip hop baby. That don't mean I gotta do the same dance as everybody else doing. I'm making my own now. I'm creating my own lane with my steps being ordered. So I'm doing it with confidence. I'm stepping out in faith, and I'm doing it bold. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Ain't nobody gonna change my mind. My mind is made up. So in hip hop, we was taught anyway to keep it real, right?
Real.
So now I'm on the right side of the fence, keeping it real.
Right, right. And that being said, how do you think, because in order for it to be hip hop, we got to keep that street vibe, them street lyrics. How could we use our street words in a way that is positive and uplifting?
For real, I've been thinking about that question because look, I God play with my mind all the time, like how we known to we known to take a word that's in the dictionary and transform it into something we want we want it to mean. But for
Right.
real, God lead me back to it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
If you read a word out that dictionary and it says that's what it means, that's what it means in every language. Ain't no switching that up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Ain't no word in the dictionary fake. So I'm trying to go by the real word now. I don't really want to make nothing cool that ain't cool. If murder means murder, that's what it means. If you look up the definition of a criminal in the dictionary, that's what it is. Ain't nothing cool about that. If you look
Right.
up the word gangster, get back to the true definitions and the true meanings of words, and stop trying to make stuff up on your own to make it cool. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's where I stand.
Right. And we do that. We take the words and manipulate them and make them mean what we need them to mean. So I appreciate the fact that as you are growing through, you're learning so much more about the power of words and how they can uplift people or tear them down. So that's a really good perspective to have. So they're giving me the sign right now saying we need to go to break, Kindu. So once we get back from break, you guys stick with us. We getting ready to go to break. When we come back, we're going to finish up this question with Kindu on how we can get our words right and still represent hip hop. And also, we will be throwing on the grill Candice Owens. So y'all stick with us. Rappers in the Backyard. We'll be back in just a minute. Peace. up, family? Thank you for hanging with us. We're going to get back to this conversation with the amazing Kindu. What's up, Kindu?
What's up, lady? Lady
Hey,
Lisa.
trying to do my best, man, to work. I'm like you. I'm a project in progress. And that's why it
Exactly.
was so prominent for us to have this conversation, because I know there's a lot of people that's in progress. And we just need to let each other know that it's all right to be in progress. Stay in progress, because God's going to give you what you need to get where you're trying to go. So I just want to follow up a little bit on that question that we left on, which was remaining respectful as it refers to our lyrics. So how are you actually doing that? How are you transforming your gangster lyrics to words in the dictionary and still having that punch that we need in hip hop?
Oh man, it's like you said, I'm a work in progress. But how I started first, I just asked God to remove the cussing from me, because I used to curse like a sailor. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you caught me drunk and I was feeling myself. I was one of the worst. What you ain't want me around as much as I cuss. You know what I'm saying? So
Right,
just not to use profanity in my raps is a miracle in the works. You know what I'm saying? So I started.
right,
I removed that first, and then I just stopped talking about negative stuff. You know what I'm saying? Anything that I felt was negative, I didn't talk about it. Actually, I just started going against it. Like, okay, instead of disrespecting our women, I'm gonna go ahead and big them up. So
right,
maybe So maybe some of them, as many of them who can hear me and understand that I'm doing it out of love and positivity, maybe they change the way they present themselves too. Because you got a lot of mamas of all ages, you know what I'm saying? My
right,
age younger, my age older, still acting like, immature. They got three daughters looking up to them, and they on the front of a hood twerking half naked on video, trying to get
right.
likes, and loves on social media. Like that can kind of be embarrassing for the child, or just
And for
making
the
them think,
family. And for the
yeah, for the
family.
whole family. You right. So instead of adding to it, I just try to put a spin on it, tell the women how much I love and appreciate them. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right. And we need you to stay right there, because we need that uplifting and we need those positive words, especially coming from our Black men. So thank you for that. And maybe it'll just catch on and everybody will talk about the queens we really are. And since we're talking about things that really affect our culture, let's go to the grill and talk about Candice Owens as it relates to this whole shooting with Ahmaud Arbery. So, what's your thoughts about some of those statements that Candice was making? Like, media propaganda makes the whole thing racial, and that we always fall for the okey doke when it comes to them killing a Black person. We get emotional instead of dealing with the facts. What's your thoughts about that?
Um, Everybody's entitled to their opinion. Like, I don't
Right,
know much about it because I don't watch much TV. I never been that keen and smart when it comes to politics. It's some more studying I got to do as a person. But one thing I can say about her is she sound very intelligent. She don't sound like no dummy, and some of the things that I heard her say does make sense.
right,
She's an expert in that field. She can tell you way more about that than me. And as far as like the real situation at hand, I agree. Like, we need to, instead of jumping to conclusions and starting off looking at the whole situation negative, we got to learn the facts about what happened. You know, I mean, I didn't see much. I just seen him for a couple seconds jogging or running. Either one he was doing. Was he jogging? Was he running? I can't tell the difference. I just seen him coming around in front of the truck like he was charging at the white dude. And the white dude, you heard like 3 shots. So I guess one of them hit him. But
Yep.
they saying that he was doing suspicious activity around the street that they was on. I mean, it's only we don't. I know I ain't gonna talk too much about it because I don't know the whole story. As far
Right.
as history, as far as history of black men being racially profiled, now that's true, but we don't know if that was the situation. So all the time we just can't jump to conclusions and be ready to start riots over something we don't even know about. Like when we
Right.
can use that same energy to use that same energy even when situations like that don't occur. Like be ready to ride for the community, period, point blank. Like let's get people from warring against each other. You know what I'm saying? Let's continue to try to cut off the gang violence.
Right.
Stop
Right.
stop stop promoting drugs and alcohol like it's cool, because you know the outcomes of that. You know, like if we can come together somehow and just be positive and walk in love, it shouldn't take somebody getting um
Kill.
brutalized by the police. Yeah, killed. Always making it a racial things, because people get killed in the hood every day. I don't see people be mad at each other and trying to stop the violence. Then, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
So, but back to her in a nutshell. I think she was more right than wrong. She sounded very intelligent, like she was giving some insight of how she felt, and everybody entitled to their opinion. So I ain't hating
Right.
on her.
Right. And I agree with you. Some of the things that she was saying, I went back and researched. It is true that every election year we end up getting shot and slaughtered, and that a lot of us become emotional and it stops us from our end game. And so we got to get political. We got to research the facts, and we got to take the emotion out of things that happened to us way back in the day, from the lynching and the shooting and all of that. I just wish that we would just concentrate on the facts, just like you're saying, Kindu. And I think with that, we need to take that off the grill. We burnt it, flipped it, and rubbed it down. So thank you so much for that.
No.
Yep. And God bless those that's dealing with the struggle of getting through this, because it was a tragic event. And I'm not just saying look it over, I'm just saying look at it and examine it and give it the right look, and look at it closely before you make a decision. So that's it. Get up out of here, Candice. So let's
No.
get back to these questions, man. I want to roll one of your quotes back to you, and I just want you to tell me exactly what you mean.
Okay.
You don't have to be violent, angry, and filled with nonsense to be a rapper. You can be a positive Christian and still have the powerful impact on the lives of others.
Yeah.
That's coming from you, my friend. What does
Right.
that mean to you? Say it in 2 words. What does that mean to you?
The truth.
I got
Get
3
it?
words with that. Will set you free. Well, that's 4. But yeah, that's a truth statement right there. That's really a true statement, man. And I just think you and other people who want to get into this hip hop thing really need to be able to bring a story, bring a lesson, and bring a change to the game so that we can continue to grow and prosper in that way, you know?
I agree. I'm in total agreement with you. So I'm doing like you said, we all works in progress. I'm doing my best to just stay firm on the road I'm on. So I'm gonna
Right.
get up. I'm gonna always be a positive light, and to be more honest, I'm just trying to be filled with the spirit a little bit more and get them fruits to the spirit in me.
Yes, indeed. And speaking of a positive light, how did this whole thing come together with Help Bring Strength to Our Communities, the fundraiser you got going on now? How did that all come together?
Through a nonprofit organization idea that I have. to it's gonna be called the Cultivated Missionary Foundation, where I'm
Okay.
just gonna partner with a lot of other positive programs that's in the community, whether they're whether it's treatment to get people off of alcohol and drugs, and
Okay.
you know sober living facilities, and just anything positive. But what I want to do, I want to provide families in need, that people that need vehicles. I want to bless families with free cars. I'm gonna do I'm gonna do car giveaways. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead now.
For people that
Keep
actually
tallying
putting in,
it.
I'm gonna do it for the people that, like, I'm just ain't gonna be giving cars to anybody, but it's gonna be for people who really putting their best foot forward. Yeah, they like the God, trying to be out here to be productive citizens. Maybe they enrolled in school after coming through treatment. They gave up some drugs. They gave up the alcohol. They got
Mhm.
released from prison. They put in, they did their time in prison, and they just trying to be productive citizens. So if they can prove that they are changing and in need of a vehicle for their family, or just to get from A to B, I'm gonna provide them with a car. But you know,
Well, that sounds like a beautiful plan, man. And just tell us a little bit about your new single, Blessed. Cause that's some heat, man. Just tell me your favorite line in there, man. You got so many heaters in there. What's your favorite line?
hey, my favorite line for real. My favorite line is the cloth that I'm cut from was well designed. It's so compelling how my name alone even defines prosperity. I'm golden like the watch on my arm. I'm explosive in real time. Look at me. I'm the bomb. You know what I'm
Ah,
saying? you know
I
what I'm
love
saying?
that. I
Because
love that.
I said that because so soon as you say you're a Christian or other religions, but as soon as you say you're a child of God, the war is on.
Yes, it is.
Everybody wanted to depict that, he ain't got no life, or that he corny, or he lame, he this, he that, whatever stories they got for him. And I'm like, oh no, I'm just beginning to live, partner. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Yep. It's just
So
starting today. Really.
exactly. So I'm glad that God gave me the strength to be brave and just, no, it ain't no shame of who I'm becoming. I'm actually proud of who I am, even more than I was yesterday. So it ain't gonna change my style. I'm gonna grow in that. I'm gonna grow in my genre of music. I call it Christian soulful, Christian underground soulful rap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because
I like that, man. I like that. You really got it going on, Kindu. And I just
thank
got
you.
another question for you, man. How can we follow Kindu and what you're doing, man? We want to keep up with you and make sure we support you, man. So tell us about your website and run us through what you are on Instagram, how we can follow you.
Okay, that's easy. On all social media platforms, anywhere on the internet. You looking for me, you can find me under Kindu Kinte. That's Kindu, first name, Kinte, middle name. Kindu Kinte.
All right. All right. And like I said, I always ask everybody just one little question. Do you have a relationship in music or entertainment that you would like to mend, and why?
That I would like to mend.
Yeah, would like to work on, make it be better.
Um, hey, for real, just it's not necessarily with my music. It's just with my purpose as a whole. I just need to get more into my word. Like, I'll tell you one of my weaknesses. My weaknesses is reading the Bible, sometimes understanding what I read, and other times remembering chapter. You know how people can quote scriptures, they'll just be talking like I'm talking, and they'll be like, oh yeah, see, now in John chapter 3, verse 16, it says, I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? You got to
Yeah,
give me a
no,
little bit more
yeah,
time to quote some scriptures.
yeah. Well, that's good stuff, can do. Well, we are out of time, but like I said, it doesn't matter what race you are. I always tell people, if you want to be a part of hip hop, you need a heart. You need the courage to tell the truth. And I think that wraps up everything we discussed today. And I just want to say thank you guys so much for tuning in to Rappers in My Backyard, the podcast that stays lit. Make sure that you guys subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit that bell. We need you guys to hit the bell so we can continue to get the interesting guests coming right to the backyard. I can't wait till next week to be able to talk, express, relate, connect with all of you guys again. Thank you again for tuning in, and we're out of here. The podcast stays lit. We love you guys. About relationships, entertainment, and music. You heard?